project already. I'm blaming that on Francis.
Oh my God.
But we're looking to probably be done in 3.5 weeks, and the windows are going in today. And the color of the house looked a little funny because it's all gray, but as you see the windows go in, it's going to tremendously change how the property looks and everything. So look, some brand new windows, man. I love seeing that. I don't know why they haven't picked up the dumpster yet, but we'll get them there. All right, guys, so we're inside of the new master bedroom. And if you remember, this right here had a linen closet, and it was 1.5 feet shorter than that, right? So we extended it, created a new, basically what we were doing is we're trying to add value in places on the property that wasn't there before. This is one of them, by turning the half bath in the master bedroom to a full bath, which probably increased the overall price by probably $5,000 or so, just by investing $1,900, maybe close to $2,000 in expanding it. Come here and check it out. What you had here before, the bathroom literally stopped right here, and it wasn't this wide. It actually was only this big. You had a toilet and a sink. It was a half bath. Now these days, everybody wants a full bath. So what we did was we blew out the closet that was behind it, just a linen closet, put in a stand-up shower. You can pick these tub surrounds up. How much were these, Francis? Tub surround?
$500, including the
base.
The base, yeah.
Yeah. So for $500, you can create a full shower in here. It's a full stand-up shower. We'll have new heads and everything all in here. This is going to be a tile floor. The toilet's now going to be facing here, and the sink's going to be here. So now this is a full bath. So now we're going to change it from 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, from 3 bedrooms to 2 full baths, right? So that's that one. But this is the value add that your contractors do. So whether you're wholesaling and you see ideas like these, just know that you can go ahead and know that the end buyer, your investor, can do things like these to add more value to the property. And we're going to try to tiptoe the top of the market. House next door sold for $145,000 last year. We're going to try to get close to $159 for this property when we list it, and you're going to see why, because we're adding 500 square feet downstairs in the basement. Move on to the hallway bath, which was originally big. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this, because I want you to be able to see the transformation that's going to happen over the next couple weeks. We're going to go with this beautiful tile that Francis's wife picked out. We were going with something gray, but she picked out something beautiful. And then new tub, tile all the way up here in the shower. We're going to go with white subway tile. We picked up a vanity at a discount store for $175, which would really be somewhere around $500. We're going with one of those mirrors from Lowe's that has the LED ring around it, so it makes easy to put on makeup. And we're actually putting a fan in here that is Bluetooth speaker. So you're paying an extra $60, but when you list the features on this house and somebody comes in here to tour it, you can have music playing from the ceiling, something that just is an added value that you can just do later. Let's walk this way. The rooms are easy. These are just crown molding and paint, refinish all the floors. I want to take you guys into the kitchen real quick. So we get delivery of the cabinets today. Now that's exciting. The cabinets here are gone. We're going to be adding the new cabinets, and we went with white cabinets. Allison designed this cabinet, and we went to Molly over at Flagship Supplies here in Winston. Probably one of the best places to get your cabinets in Winston-Salem, the Triad actually. So if you ever need cabinets, Flagship Supplies, that's where you go. Allison came up with the idea for the kitchen. We brought the idea to Molly. Molly put it actually on paper, and you'll see this go in over the weekend. Everything's moving quite along. You'll see the quick updates. I'm going to take you downstairs real quick just to show you what we're going to do here. It might be kind of dark, but run with me. And you might have seen this in the last vlog. This was not my idea, but Francis and Allison beat me to it. Basically what we're going to do, I just want you to see this. J-Rock, if you can pan so everybody can see what this looks like. I want you to know that next time you see this, it's gonna be a finished basement, drywall, carpet, can lights, everything is gonna be beautiful. We're adding 500 heated and cooled space over here, completely finished, and it's gonna add the value up that the other houses don't have. So that's it. We're gonna check out some of the windows. J-Rock's gonna show you some footage of these windows going in, and we'll go from there. So these are the vinyl windows going in to this property on Ebert. We'll check back in later. These guys are quick, fast, so it takes them one day to put all these windows in. You'd be surprised. So in lieu of deed means they don't have to go through the foreclosure process.
Right.
We're gonna take the house back from you.
Give me $100.
If that, yeah. They have to give you some consideration.
Right.
So you to give it back to them since you don't have to pay them because they own the mortgage. And then what they will do is try to sell it or fix it up or do whatever they plan on doing.
Am I done with it if I give it back to them?
No. Because
I'm still going to go on my credit
yeah,
report.
what happens is if they only sell it for just say a number, just say 150, you're still responsible for the other part.
Right.
What I can do on this property, and there's really only one option. What I can do is give some consideration, probably around $5,000 or so, right? That'll help you with your moving and all that stuff. I would have to go in here and repaint this house and fix some of the stuff in it. Now repaint it all neutral because I would try to sell it on the market.
I would have painted it ring neutral if I down there.
Yeah.
Had I not known.
Yeah, and one thing is when you're living in it, one thing when you're about to sell it, right? People
Right.
always paint different neutral colors.
And I painted it neutral.
Now here's not bad. No,
Yeah.
this is not bad.
And I have some of this paint. I mean, not all of it, but you may.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
understand.
we painted neutral. The going color this day is the going color these days is gray. Are you planning on going out and buying another house?
No.
Okay. So what would happen is I'd give you some consideration. I'll write you a check for $5,000. The mortgage would stay in your name and your husband's name.
Okay.
We would renovate this property in the meantime, and we would put it on the market.
Okay.
Now, typically a house in Winston-Salem, Forsyth County, $150, $165 is the going rate for an average home buyer.
Right.
When you start creeping up into these numbers, 240,
Could take a little longer.
it takes longer. So what we would typically do, if you're not running out to go buy a house, would pay the mortgages through the attorney. It's called, would put it in escrow. So every month the mortgage will be paid. You'll get a statement so you know it's paid. You can go online and log in and see the same thing.
Okay.
We would eventually sell it, but it could take a year.
Right.
But what we are
But
responsible.
you need me to stay in it for you to sell it, correct?
I need you to stay. The mortgage to stay on your name.
In my name. But,
Correct.
But if you're gonna pay, are you? Am I understanding that if we do this, you're gonna be paying the mortgage?
I'm going to pay the mortgage.
Okay.
I'm going to pay the mortgage. We'll fix up the house.
And of course, another point too is we're trying to sell it in a month.
We're trying
You're
to.
gonna
You know what I
sell
mean?
it.
Well,
I
yeah.
promise you. You're gonna sell
Well,
it.
we'll
We're
sell
trying
it,
to sell it
but
in
it's-
a month, not a
Right.
year. But,
Exactly.
but you know,
There's
you
two
never
things
know.
that can happen. The renovations. What happens is when you sell a house retail, just like when you bought it, you bought this brand new, right?
did.
You had an inspection done on it.
I did.
And in that inspection report, it was probably 50 pages that was given to the builder that said you need to go do this.
Exactly.
So the same thing will happen after we renovate it. They're going to get an inspection report, and they could say, even though somebody told you that wall, even though somebody told you that wall would be
Right.
no problem, one inspector might look at it and say,
Exactly.
nope, you need to do that whole wall.
Exactly. Exactly.
So there's a little bit of risk for us
Right.
and time and holding. Now,
Right.
what is your monthly payments, including your insurance and taxes?
When it's caught up, it's about $12.95 or $1,300.
About $1,300 even.
I can get it to you. I can find
And
it.
so you're probably behind
I
about
think I'm behind two payments.
so about $5,000, maybe
Right.
$5,000 or so
I think-
behind.
Yes.
So out of pocket right away, we'll be out of 10 grand, just
Right.
like that, just to
Right.
keep you current, which
Right.
will help your credit,
Exactly.
and then we'll keep paying until we sell it.
You do this normal? Is this normal things you do all the time?
About 2 a week.
Okay.
So-
I mean, not that I don't trust you.
No, you can. All this is handled through an attorney.
Okay.
All this is handled through attorney. You can look me up. You can look my company up. We do this all the time. We bought a house like that in the West End that we're renovating, but the renovating budget is $52,000. So we bought a nice house. Guy actually moved to Clemens with his wife. Didn't want the house downtown anymore, so we do the same thing. It just doesn't make sense for us to say, okay, here goes $200,000 cash, and then we only can sell it for $240,000.
Exactly.
But it makes sense for us to say, here goes $10,000 cash.
Exactly.
We're going to give you $5,000, catch up the mortgage.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to go in here and try to spend 10 or less, so I'll have 20 invested.
Exactly.
Then sell it for $240,000
Yes.
and make $20,000.
Exactly. And I think 240, and I think you can do it. I mean, the real estate lady said at minimum 240. That was before they finished this hospital, but it was during it had everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing wrong. Maybe the carpet might not have been quite as bad there.
Yeah.
But I have had a number of realtors say if you'll put the money in it to fix it, Tina, you're going to get. You're going to be good. I'm not at a point where I want to do that. I want to get.
I understand.
And I can live here if it helps you, but it just doesn't help me with.
No, we want it empty because we're going to have people walking through here doing stuff, and sometimes our contractors start working at 6 p.m. just depending on what they got going on. So painting this house will take a week.
Yeah.
It's a big house.
It is.
It's a huge house.
It is.
The retaining wall, pressure washing everything, making it look all pretty again,
and
redoing.
I can get you the paperwork on what all was done down there. I mean, they came in and made sure everything was dry down there. One of those people restore it. I mean, they did the insurance did $10,000 worth of work.
Yeah,
down there.
you're talking about the people that do disaster relief and restoration. Yeah, because
I fought with the insurance.
You had a water heater.
I had a water heater
that floated or something.
I had water. Listen to this. I had a water heater that leaked for a number of years, and the insurance would not pay for it. However, my air conditioning unit that just went out leaked 15 days, and I called it, and the insurance had no choice but to pay for that, and they had to do it all.
Yeah.
And I got it.
They end up having to do it anyways.
And then I had to go get insurance somewhere else.
So the only thing that concerns me about this is that if you and your husband, it seems like you're the one in control. Okay, good. So you got to deliver this message. And
I want you to come back, you or both, and tell him, because he's a very nice person, but I'm just pissed at him, and just let him secure to him that we're going to go to an attorney. He will be glad.
Or we can meet at my attorney's office. So either one, it just kind of explains the process.
Yeah.
And it's easy. It works for everybody. It helps you.
It does.
Where you don't have to, because what happens is we go through, you can imagine the calls we get from people with foreclosures, right? Yeah. Sometimes I can't save them. Sometimes it has to be a short sale. You could owe $199 and the house be worth $199.
Exactly.
And then it's an upside down house because after you sell it, you got to pay the realtor fees and all that stuff. So we can make this work. It would work, benefit for both of us. I think we can profit $20,000. I'm not, and that's why we're upfront. We're investors. Right. So I want you to know that we're doing this for profit, and we like helping people while we're doing it. I wouldn't waste your time. If I was upside down in this house, listen, I'm a salesperson. I sell all day long. I know when people are upside down. Yeah. I've worked in the bank industry. I wouldn't have you out here if I thought I was upside. Yeah. If I thought I was upside down in it, I'd walk away from it. Correct.
Sure.
I mean, and I'd walk away from it. But I don't think I've lived in Clemens. If you know anything about real estate in Clemens, it's not going down, it's going up.
Correct.
And so I am going to be needing to rent a place when I get ready to get out.
So I was gonna ask you that. What are your plans?
I don't ever want to own anything. I don't want to own anything for right now, but I wouldn't mind rent. I've been looking at apartments, and he's going to need to rent something. And I also have a friend that wants to rent a little house now. I don't know if you guys do all that, but I got a friend that lives up here in these apartments right now that's dying to rent a small house in this area. But anyway,
hard to find rentals around here.
It is. But I'm going to get a 1-bedroom.
Pet-friendly apartment.
A pet-friendly apartment. Yeah, this is the only thing he wanted to fight over, and this is mine. This baby is mine.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is mine, but I will share it. But this baby is mine. I know he's a nice fella. It's just a long story. But yeah, if you could come back, we can meet at He's going to be happy. If you could do
and
that.
And this can happen fast.
Oh, that's good.
So whatever, and we're not pushing you, but however fast you need it to happen, you say you can secure an apartment, know what you got, all that stuff, and you say, look.
They haven't sent me any they've used saying, oh, we could have, we're not foreclosed.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Behinds. And I know myself that they can't have me just like foreclose on me and have me right
correct.
Over this
It's
way.
a judicial process in North Carolina.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, it's enough where they would have to file paperwork, go to court, then the attorney would contact.
They want to.
They'd rather not spend the money.
They want to do this short
sale or in lieu of a deed. In lieu of
Right.
deed, that's what it's
my
called.
husband thinks that that's going to be the easiest way, and I'm saying I'm not so sure that because
I
think you guys could be. It could be just as easy.
It's easier.
Easier.
We literally write a contract.
Yeah.
We go downtown, see the attorney. You read over the agreement. We sign. You get a check. If you need a few days to move after you get the check, then you know.
And then you're whatever we. I mean.
Now, do I
with
need to
the
leave my
bag.
washing machine?
No, you can take anything you want to take except for
Yeah.
like the fixtures to the house.
I ain't taking any
Don't
of
take the
that.
hot water heater.
No.
Just
Not taking any of that. Not taking any of that.
don't take the new air conditioner you put in.
That's a brand new one. It's brand new. And really all that might need to be up here is some Freon or a belt on this other unit.
Well,
I
we
mean,
figure we
you'll
probably
figure
can
it out.
fix it.
Yeah,
And
that's why I said my budget's around 10 to 15 grand in order to make. See, with Francis being a real estate agent, you know, it helps that we don't have to pay the full 6%. We pay 5%.
Okay.
1% doesn't sound like much, but when you're selling a house in the 245 range,
Yeah.
240 range,
$2,500.
yeah.
It is. And I don't know, did you look to see what this one sold for?
I think that
The
was
yellow. It just sold.
245.
Yeah, and it's much older than mine.
Yeah, it's
and
like 19.
but they had that second garage on it. And then you've got
87.
that building. If I were you guys,
Yeah.
I'd move that building out a little bit from the house.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's kind of close.
It's
in there.
close,
Yeah,
and
that's
so
the way
he just hauled it in here, but I'd move it out some from the house so that you can get back there.
How
and
did you
walk.
get it in here though? That's a
That's
big
tight.
building, huh? My God.
He had Harleys back then. I was really in love back then, and I bought him the building and all of that. But it's got the lawnmower. You probably, if you want the lawn, I mean, I don't think he's gonna need the lawn. Whatever you want. I might need the washing machine.
Take whatever you need.
Yeah.
I just want. Here's my first thing. We've been doing this for a long time. Francis has flipped a lot of homes. I've been doing this for a long time. Our main thing is whatever we can do for you. Does it help you, and do we both win?
Yeah, you're blessing me. Now, I don't know what I hope it blesses you in some way.
That's the
but
risk we
I
take as
need
business
a
owners.
blessing. And after 26 years of marriage, I need a blessing. So if we can do this, I am good.
So you're gonna stay around town after 26?
Oh yeah, I'll be here. Be right here in Clemens. I don't think I can leave Clemens.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
Yeah,
It is a nice place.
And then the more and the more they build, you got no reason to leave Clemens.
Well, I tried to move north. My mother lives out in Germington, and I tried to move out there in 2003, and I just couldn't. I couldn't find a place out there, and I just couldn't do it. My sister lives in King, and now I've gotten used to Clemens. Yeah. The taxes in this mortgage that's built in it, and I do think the insurance guy's ripping me off, but I just haven't had time to fiddle with that. And my ex got a DWI in December. That was the final blow. Cost me $5,000.
That's a lot of money to get rid of that stuff. I know. You should have told me. I know the DA.
You do.
This is my best friend.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He had the guy that represented the guy in Lexington, the woman and the man. Oh, I can't ever remember his name, but I got him a high profile lawyer. Mm-hmm. He represented the guy that the woman and the dad and the daughter who killed the husband.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about? He's kind of bald. And he also helped on the Caruth case many years ago.
Ray
Caruth,
yeah.
And I got it, so anyway.
It cost you a lot of money. That's all you need to say.
It cost me what I was going to spend to get my separations and my divorce, but I'm not the type of person that can leave a man stranded without any vehicle.
So have you filed a separation agreement at all?
No, because I have to have,
You have to be separated.
Because the state of North Carolina wants to make sure I'm sure.
Yeah, you gotta show like a bill somewhere else, and you gotta be separated.
I've got that. I've got a fake place that my girlfriend has put up, but I just don't know if that'll work, and I don't know if I can trust my attorney to ask them if it doesn't matter if you do this. I'm going to go right up here to Madison Hall and get me an apartment, and he can do whatever he wants to do.
Well, I know there's an easy thing that basically what they can do is you can file a separation agreement, and in that separation agreement, he can give you all the permission to do all the real estate dealings.
Yes, he'll give me whatever I want.
You're really in charge, ain't you?
Sure.
All right, guys, so that's another classic situation that a wholesale just doesn't work. The house can probably sell for about $160. You think, Francis?
Two.
Huh?
What, about 260.
260.
Yeah.
So there's room in there for us. It just doesn't make sense to buy cash. So what we'll do is we'll pay $5 to her, $5 to the bank, catch it up. You know the story when it comes to this. So not all your deals are going to fit in the wholesale bucket. Matter of fact, most of them won't. So as you become a better wholesaler and you add more tools to your belt, these things you're going to be able to sell that very quickly. Now, Francis and I will probably have $20,000 in that house with the potential to make around $30,000 or so. So that's another example of a subject to seller that needs help. And honestly, we're helping her. And she knows very openly that we're going to make a profit.
And she was thrilled.
She's thrilled, correct.
Yeah, she was thrilled.
And that's what I mean by solving problems and making money. So that's what you're going to be getting good at. And once you do that, you never have to worry about money again. Solve problems, people. All right, guys, so now the windows have put in. It's a couple hours later. They installed 13 windows at $270 a pop. You can do the math on that. So it's a pretty good deal on windows. All new vinyl, double hang, plain, all that stuff like that. It's real good windows. You see the difference. They still got to wrap that one, but you can see how the white brings out and doesn't make the house look so gray and subtle. So the black shutters come tomorrow. The kitchen cabinets were delivered, and we'll go see those. But it makes a big difference on the outside. The gutters guy comes tomorrow and stuff like that. Let me show you another part here. So you can see this is called wrapping, a window wrapping. It's metal, makes everything. So if you look up, it's kind of hard to paint this to look good. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this around the whole entire house so you actually don't see any wood on the exterior. That makes the house look like brand new construction, and it's just worth it. Let's come inside and see the cabinets, and then next week you'll be able to see everything put up. Window frames and door frames here, wrap them if possible. It makes a big difference. So as you can see, these are the cabinets that we ordered from Flagship Supplies. They come with every single thing you need. The best pricing in town. These guys said they were going to be here at noon. They were here at noon. They do everything they say they're going to do. They even give you the drawings. This is the idea that Allison came up with for the kitchen. And you can see they give you the full drawings. So this is what the completed is going to look like with the little desk there as well. This is exciting because this is going to get put up during the week, and we'll go from there. As you can see, the big wide open windows add so much light to where you can see it just a few hours before. It was so dark in here. Take you down the hallway. This same room, I don't know what Francis is doing, is taking stickers off the windows. I don't know, sometimes you're just out here doing things. And you can see how beautiful it looks. So big windows, white casings. It looks so big and beautiful. Add windows to every project. If you're doing construction, add new windows. Brings the property to life.